Hey guys, it's later on the same evening, and I was just got done doing the part three video of this thing, and I was thinking about this tabletop, and it hit me that I have 1/8 inch aluminum that I could use. I mean, I know that you can put wood up here, but I have the aluminum. Why not use it? So I got to looking around in the shop, and here you go, a piece of 1/8 inch aluminum plate. And I already took this and traced it out on it. So I think I'm going to go ahead and use that. Why not? I'll go with a nice wooden base and wooden wheels, but why not do an aluminum top on here? It's just as good as wood. I'll be able to. It shouldn't scuff wood up really hardly any at all if I was to use that. I could sand that and polish it down to where it's a really nice smooth finish and be almost, I could probably actually put a coat of wax on it and it would be a nice slippery finish too if I wanted it to. So I think that's what I'm going to do is put an aluminum top on that. I was going to make a cherry top, and then I decided, nah, I wasn't going to do cherry. And I thought, well, maybe just like 3/8 plywood or something. But I got the aluminum, that's what we're going to use. So I'm going to cut this thing out. Really not sure how I'm going to cut it out yet. Probably cut it out with a hacksaw. It'd probably be just as easy to cut it out with a hacksaw. I could put it on a table saw, but nah, I don't think I'm going to. For that little bit of cutting, it's almost to size anyways. I really only have 2 cuts to make. So yeah, we'll go ahead and I will cut that on the with the hacksaw, and then we'll just lay it up there and see what it looks like before we go and drill it for the holes. And if we like it, we like it. If we don't, then we can always do something else. So let me get back with you. I'll cut this thing out. We'll see what it looks like. Okay, so I'm just cutting this thing out. It cuts really easy. It's aluminum. I'm cutting it close to the line, but I could put it on the belt sander and get it right down to the line if I want to. But I'll just cut it as far as I can with the hacksaw this way, and then I'll flip it over and cut it the other way. But I can definitely get at least halfway through from one side, so that shouldn't be too much of a problem. And that's about all for where I'm gonna get. So like I said, I'll just flip it over, cut it from the other side, and hit it with the sander to square it up a little bit, because I'm a little bit in on the line here, but it's close. So let me get back with you. Okay, so I got it cut out nice and square. The only thing I got to do is cut this little notch out of it. And I think I'm going to cut this line, cut that line, and then I'm probably just going to take the coping saw and go in and cut this out if I can. We'll see how it works. So, like I said, it's not been cutting that bad. I just kind of get myself lined up to the line, just so I can see the line when I'm cutting down through there, because I don't want to cut my line off and make it any wider than it has to be. So that's kind of what I've been doing. And if I need to widen it up after I get it up on the table, I can always sand it here and there to get it where I want it to be. But it's just a matter of cutting it down the line. Okay, so I got it all cut out. It's the right size. I went around, filed it a little bit, chamfered all the corners, just kind of made it look pretty. I'm gonna sand the whole top of it yet. Probably stone it actually with some kind of light, real fine grit stone just to polish it up. But not a big deal. Don't even really have to do that. But I will, just to give it a little nice shine. So then I've got the other one clamped to it. So now all I gotta do is just drill the 5 holes in it and then chamfer them, which is not a big deal. So that'll be the next thing. I'll go ahead and do that. I'll just drill these holes, find a drill bit that matches them up, drill it, and this table will be about done. This is an easy tabletop actually. So let me go ahead and find a drill and we'll drill them out. Okay guys, so I got it all drilled, and I went ahead and chamfered all the holes for a set-in, low surface screw. Used the old wood piece for a pattern. Use this for a pattern, so everything should be pretty decent that way. All we gotta do is set it on here and see if it works. I did give this all a nice big sanding, kind of polished it up a little bit. I know it's not original. This probably would have had a wood top on it, but I thought that maybe, yeah, there you go. I thought maybe that would be a more durable top for it. So it's getting a little aluminum top. I thought about making one out of steel, but I think I'm mostly going to use this for wood anyway, so the aluminum one will work just fine. And if I don't like it, I can always change it later on. So the next thing I got to do is I'm going to go ahead and pull my little cigarette pack thing out. And these little set screws, I wasn't going to use them because they were going to be too short, but since I went with the 1/8 inch steel, these things will work just fine. So I'm going to go ahead and paint the tops of these black too, and probably leave them sit overnight, and then yeah, just use them tomorrow. So let me go ahead and I'll just paint these up and we'll go on to the next part. Hi guys, it's morning and I just come out to the garage and I was messing around. I had a dream last night. I've been thinking about these 2 grease fittings for 2 days now, and I keep forgetting to get them, and there's a reason why I keep forgetting. And I realized that in my toolbox I have a whole plastic box full of different kinds of grease fittings. They're all brand new, but they came from this and that, and last night it hit me. I don't have to buy them, I have them. So here we are. We got 2 of them. They're steel ones, but they got kind of like a brass coating on them. So these are the 2 we're going to use. 2 brand new ones, going in the machine. In fact, we'll put them in right now. I'll just put them in loosely and we'll snug them up here in a little bit. So there we go. We got our grease fitting problem fixed. Put this one down here in the bottom. And good. We got it going on. So that's one problem out of the way. The only other thing we had left is, remember we made the aluminum table last night, and I painted the heads of the screws and wanted them to dry overnight. So now we can just take the little screws and put it on the table. And I'm just going to get them all started before I even tighten them up, because sometimes that makes life easier when it comes to doing stuff like this. So we got these all snugged up. I'll tighten them up again a little bit later. We got one right here that is right on the edge of maybe sticking up. Might have to take that out and chamfer it a little bit more, but we'll see after I get it all tightened down. That's gonna work out good for a table, I think. Yeah, I don't see any problem with that at all. Like I said, I know it's not a traditional wood table, but what they had on there was a piece of 1/8" wood, some kind of pressed board. It's one of those ones that were really popular back in the day, and I thought, you know, why put another piece of 1/8" wood down? I mean, I guess I could have, like I said, I was thinking about going with longer bolts and did like a piece of cherry or something, but I've got the aluminum and it looks nice, and why not? So, you know, like I said, if I don't like it, I can always change it. So we're going to take a break there. The next thing we're going to start working on is these brass tubes that go in there, and maybe we're going to start working on a base too. For the base of this thing, I got to thinking about that last night too, and I was going to do like a fancy cherry base or something like that. Well, I happen to have a piece of 3/4 inch plywood. I think it's like 5 ply or 7 ply, something like that. Actually, it's 5 ply plywood. And I think I'm just going to make a big base out of it and just kind of router the edges of it. The reason being that we're going to be moving, so if I go to pack this thing up into a truck or something to take it, I'm probably going to take the base off of it anyways and lay it sideways in the box, and you know, just to get it as small as possible. So why make a fancy base for it? I mean, eventually I'd like to make a like I saw one online that I really liked, where the guy had it on the base and the motor was mounted below the base, and just the weight of the motor put enough tension on this belt. And eventually that's probably what I'd like to do. But for right now, I think we're just gonna mount this thing on a piece of plywood, oh so long, and then mount the motor back here in the back of it. And then I can kind of put it anywhere I want on my workbench too, because that's the other thing. I want to set this thing up so it'll sit on my workbench, because I think it'll be handier for me that way. So anyways, I'm gonna stop the video there for now, and we'll see where we're at here in a few minutes. Hi guys, I'm back. I think I'm gonna end this video right here. The tabletop is done. I checked it and nothing's sticking out, so we're gonna end it here. I'm trying to keep these videos somewhat short, but I never seem to keep my videos short. So, you know, I figured I'll end it here. The next video, I think we'll go ahead and we'll do these 2 brass rods and maybe even turn the wooden pulleys for them. And then maybe the very last video, we'll mount the base, make a base up for it real quick. It's going to be a quickie base, you know, a piece of plywood, kind of round the corners and chamfer it and mount this thing on it. And then I got to dig up a motor, which I have an extra motor. I got a couple extra motors laying around here, so I should be able to find something that'll work for this. And we'll get it all mounted up and try it. Actually, right now the way it is, we could mount it onto a motor and get it going, because these little helper pulleys are only something that you use for a specific thing. And to be honest, I'm putting them on because they're supposed to be on there, but I'm never going to use them. I have no need to ever bring this belt together like that and grind on the back side of it. And if I did, I'd probably use my other one, which has, these pulleys are made out of aluminum, so you don't have to worry about the grinder wearing your belts down. And I was kind of confused about that, because I looked online and I found a picture, and that's exactly what they show. They show that when you put the 2 wooden pulleys on, you actually squeezes this thing down kind of like this, kind of like that, and these pulleys ride on the outside of the belt. So I don't know if they made them out of wood on purpose so that they would wear out, or what. I don't know what the deal was there, but eventually you'll wear those wooden pulleys out. So maybe that's why they made them so simple. They figured somebody with a something like this would have a small wood lathe, and whenever they wear their pulleys out, they could just turn two new ones and slide them onto the brass rods and be done. And that's possible. Or maybe this thing never had wooden pulleys and somebody put them on, and I just, I don't know. But anyways, that's where we're going to end the video. If you like my videos, like, subscribe, and share, and check out our website. We have primitivehunter.net, and I've got lots of blacksmithing stuff and hunting stuff. It's all primitive stuff. And then I carry some of my carving tools on there too, my hook knives and my gouges and all that stuff. And we have an Etsy shop too, and it's Primitive Hunter, and I carry all that stuff on there too. But right now the stocks are low. I've been doing blacksmithing, working on this off and on, and I'm trying to restock all the store and the website. So right now everything's a little low, so you might have to wait for some stuff. My carving tools have been just flying off the shelves as fast as I can make them, and I've been working lots of hours, so the blacksmithing part's been kind of getting put aside a little bit. I mean, I come out of the shop and work a few hours every evening, but by the time you get home from work, and then you go home and work again, sometimes it gets a little monotonous. So we got one more big job coming up, and then I think we're pretty much done for the winter. We're going to slow down for the winter, and then I'll really get caught up on the blacksmithing, hoping to get all that stuff caught up like within the next few weeks. That way, come Christmas time, if anybody wants something, they can get it, for Christmas presents, whatever. But I apologize for this Etsy shop and the website being so low and stuff. But we're just we're selling it, and I'm happy about that. I'm glad. But anyways, I wanted just to say thank you, and keep watching my videos.